There are three things that become super fucking embarrassing as an adult. And those three things are: one, pissing the bed; two, slipping and falling and having an intimate moment with the ground; and three, shitting yourself. Now, as a child, we poke fun at each other and just tease one another, have fun, and it's just all around big funny haha moment. But as an adult, I feel like it's more normal to be ashamed of these three things. But today I'm here to spread my ass cheeks and tell you guys about the story of when I shit myself as a grown adult. Now, I feel like a lot of people have shit themselves as an adult. They just aren't willing to admit it. Simba, you want to be a part of the video? Welcome. You always come up here when I'm talking, huh? Alright. But today, I'm here to admit the fact that I shat myself. I soiled my undies, I pooped in my pants, I defecated on myself, I bankrupted my bowels. However you want to say it, the fact of the matter is that my pants was shitted. Now, I feel like a lot of people that have shit themselves before have pretty mediocre stories. For example, they couldn't make it to the toilet, or they were at work and they had a bad food, they had fucking food poisoning or something like that. Which, don't get me wrong, food poisoning is rough. I've had it before and I've been very nauseous. I threw up a lot and I had major diarrhea because of it. I shot myself in work because of food poisoning. I shot myself at home because I couldn't make it to the toilet. I also shot myself because my parent was taking too long in the toilet and I just couldn't hold it anymore. But this story in particular is a lot more interesting. So, I love to train. Most of the time, the majority of my training consists of just calisthenics or parkour, but when I train, I mostly just like to do running, free running, parkour, climbing up shit, and jumping down shit. A lot of monkey business, a lot of goofiness, a lot of fucking Looney Tunes tomfoolery I like to go and do. But this day in particular started off on a rather bad note. I started off with stomach aches, and I already had bankrupted my bowels in the toilet at the start of the day. Sorry, my cat was fucking biting my toe. But, yeah. Either way, I bankrupted my bowels in the start of the day, and that was already off to a rough start. Which should have been kind of a foreshadowing, a premonition of how the day was gonna go beyond that point. But me being an absolute fucking idiot, I didn't follow or listen to my body's signals and my body's premonition, my body's prediction of how my day was gonna go based on its start, based on the stomach aches, based on the toilet being absolutely violated and hate crimed. Luckily, the toilet didn't have to deal with as much hate crime as it would have if my pants didn't take one for the team. My pants became the victim and the prime suspect for the absolute annihilation my bowels were about to commit onto my pants. My bowels woke up that morning and chose violence, straight up. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So, what happened? How did I shit myself, and what led up to that point of my pants being shitted? Basically, what happened was I went out to train. Now, where I like to train is basically it's a pretty cool place. There's a lot of piles that you can climb up on, you can jump down from. There's a lot of free area that you can run around on, places you can balance on, jump off of. It's very fun, a lot of cool shit you can do. And I got pretty deep into this area. Keep in mind, this place is pretty big. It's a very large space of area that you can go and train in. And it's all to me, there's usually no one there. So luckily, no one had to witness this absolutely embarrassing moment. I got pretty deep into this area and I took a little break. I stopped to take a breather and catch my breath. And I started to feel a pain in my stomach. Now, a lot of the times when you feel a pain in your body, you can kind of tell what this pain is. and what is causing the pain. For example, if you're sore, you can kind of tell it's a soreness pain. If you pull the muscle, you can kind of tell by the way it feels that you pulled a muscle. But in this case, I instantly knew I was about to shit myself. I instantly knew that I needed, it was an urgent necessity that I visited the toilet. As you can already assume from the trajectory of this story, I didn't make it to the toilet. But before we cut to the chase and get right to the shitting, I did make an attempt to get to the toilet. And I learned a very valuable lesson in doing so, which is a lesson I shall share with you guys right now. If you need to shit, do not run. Take your time, stroll and walk to the restroom. Do not run. It might feel painful, long, and tedious. It might feel even longer than it actually is. It could be a 20-second walk and it might feel like 20 fucking years. But walk. Because when you run, naturally, moving your legs like that is going to cause bowel movement, making a shit move around, swirl around, and eventually your ass muscles is going to give away, and you won't be able to hold up that shit anymore. And it's just going to make its way out, whether you like it or not. So, with that being said, I started to sprint. Now, I've parkoured in this place for years. I've been parkouring there since I was about 10. And even way before that. And I've never ran like that in my life. I started running like Carl Crane at max level. I started running like a monkey who just spotted a tourist with a banana in their hand. I've never ran with such agility and such carelessness in my life. I was making dangerous fucking jumps without a single hesitation, a single thought, and a single moment to stop and calculate my jump, catch my balance, or anything like that. I was straight running. I was running like if I was fucking Prototype. As I'm making my way to my house, I'm fairly far away from my home, from where I started running, but I get very, very close. Where I train, it's kind of like a concrete jungle. There are a lot of piles, there's a lot of gravel and stuff, but leading up to my house, there's a lot of grass. It's a very green area. So I start making my way out of this concrete jungle and into the bush, which leads into my house. And I can see my house right there. It's in arm's reach. Just before I make it, my bowels, my ass muscles, they decide that it was their time. And I could do nothing to stop it. And I just stood there in defeat. I completely stopped running, stopped moving. I was running at full sprint. And in 2-3 steps, I completely halted. I made a full stop. And in that instant, my pants was filled. I had quite literally bankrupted my bowels. Because at that point, there was nothing left in me to shit. Everything was out. Now let me tell you, I got rid of that underwear. I straight up stripped in that bush, threw that underwear over, and then I put my pants back on, went home and cleaned my ass. I just wanted to share that story about how I shot myself because I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. That's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.